When you're ranked in the top 5, your very existence is a cauldron of pressure. And that is ratcheted up when you go on the road. And this highly ranked squad has found itself coming into a snake pit in this one. Welcome to the home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. As we'll see a participant from last year's playoff, the Georgia Bulldogs, taking on last year's national champions, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. Georgia likely to kick it deep to get things started. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. Using his legs, it's Gibson. He never had a chance to get it to the edge, and first play of the game, and you're already behind the sticks.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball off.
Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Turning it on. Across the 50-yard line on the huge pickup, and he's out of bounds at the 45.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
Offense threatening at the 45-yard line on 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Love seeing these early season top 25 matchups. You can get a really good feel of how good these teams are, guys.
And the intensity is going to be big too, David, because the players, you know, on these teams, they've been thinking about this game for a long time. They knew they'd have a national stage, and they got a chance to prove just how good they are.
Oh, man, make that statement. Make that early statement. We always look at the end of the season, and what does the committee say? Oh, they beat top 25 so-and-so. Here's your chance to put that on your resume that'll pay off big time and late in the season.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Looking for a man. It's Fafita. Throwing right. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. They're going to open this drive with a pass. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big four-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, is so important for these college teams. He'll fit right in.
The Bulldogs will hustle to the line.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. Look at, they're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
They'll line up for a second down play. He wants to throw it again. Got it behind the line. It's Frazier. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Let's take a little step back and have a look at Georgia. Big moment in recruiting last week. Four-star defensive back gives a verbal commitment. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Obviously, the adjustment of speed is a big deal, but that's why you go get a four-star guy like this. I mean, he's got speed. You play so many deep.
Picked off. Bringing it back. Inside the 30. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board. You still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open. And if I'm the QB man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
They go to the Wildcat here, looking to take advantage of that extra blocker. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Let's go. Break. Single, single. Check, check. Black 30, blue 85.
They'll go to the toss. There he goes. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Penn State. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
On the move from inside his 5. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. Good news, I guess. A lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. They'll run it to the right side. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Guys, let's chat about Georgia. They got a huge boost to their defensive front in recruiting last week. 5-star backer, verbal commitment, some future help in the form of this guy, David.
Ball. And these are the guys that they play running back and all over the field in high school because they're so big and strong and athletic. And it's a guy that you count on. They can come in right now and play day one with that size-speed combination.
Makes the catch. It's Lee. He goes out of bounds. They'll mark him right at the 30-yard line. That's the kind of play that can give a drive momentum.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
Georgia going up tempo. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. And the Bulldogs in a good spot here with second and short. To the air, it's Stockton. It's complete to the right. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. The Dogs have their offense in high gear.
You coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers.
It's a good-looking run, and I'll say this. I know Georgia's always been known to run the football. They always want to be really physical, but it starts up front. They always seem to have great units on the offensive line, guys that communicate and guys that get pushed. And they've put many running backs into the NFL, but it's because of these...
Going for it all. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
And those sting for offenses, man. You've got an opportunity to get in the end zone to get the touchdown. It's not easy. It's hard to get guys open. He comes open, and the quarterback, man, I bet he wishes he had that one back.
These old girders are rocking on third down here at Beaver Stadium. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They thought they could just run it on third and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Makes a grab past the marker. Finds a crease at the 20. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. Gonna run it. It's Frazier. Fighting off the defender. And he's able to pick up a few yards as we reach the end of the first quarter. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. The give to the back. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive.
Let's see if this offense can answer the bell. Their coaches challenged them all week long. When they got down to the red zone, we've got to be able to run the football because we're going up against a top 10 rushing defense. Let's see if they can step up here and get it done.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Bulldogs! Backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, no problem.
When you start in the black zone inside your own 20 coming out, it's difficult. You can give up a safety. You get worried about that. The offense puts a great drive together. Great job executing. Great job getting a touchdown.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Big Ten action right now, and wait till you see how things are playing out in this one, fellas. Michigan is currently trailing in this one, but if history has taught us anything over the years, it's that closing out the maize and blue inside the big house is not easy. It's a tight one right now. They're trailing by only 5 to Vanderbilt. Just another week in the Big Ten where the only constant is chaos, fellas.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Gets the back moving. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them.
Here we go. Break.
Looking downfield, it's Fafita. Makes the grab. It's Strong. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Back to pass on second down. Catch in the middle, it's Reynolds. Oh, he's got some space. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And I think they'll give him 2 on that one, 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Might be calling a hot route. Grab near the marker. It's Saunders. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41.
Well, this little guy is going to be difficult for any DB to cover, especially on these slant throws, because he gets out of his break and he explodes off the line of scrimmage so quickly.
The Nittany Lions are rolling down the field. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Nittany Lions can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking for a gap. It's Edwards. Makes the tackle at the 27. It's a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down. And the Nittany Lions took those plain headgears, got their blocks, and picked up the first down.
Yeah, and those headgears are a staple, aren't they, of college football? I know exactly what you're talking about, those beautiful helmets. They don't change very much, very traditional. Penn State keeps it simple. Being traditional, running the football.
The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. They won't have time to run another play, and we will take it to the 2-minute timeout. They'll put it in play from the 27, 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Now rolling to the left. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking down the middle. Intercepted to stop the threat. Didn't get a ton on the return, but they've got it inside the 20 at the 19-yard line.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Wants to throw. It's Stockton. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Caught over the middle, it's Humphries. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Hauls it in the first down and more. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. And they didn't get it forward an inch. Defense wins the battle up front. Looking to throw, it's Stockton. Pocket breaking down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
I thought white noise was supposed to be relaxing. This is deafening on 3rd down. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
Timeout, Georgia.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. And you can give all the credit to the crowd for that one. Offense, no chance, and call for the false start. And now they'll have to dial something up on 3rd down after the incompletion. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. 3rd down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Pulls it in. It's Lee. What a play by this defense, and they stop him short. It'll be 4th down. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. Georgia lining up to punt it away. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. And the returner goes down. Something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to throw, it's Fafita. Grabbed over the middle, it's Hudson. The sophomore making a big play and hauling in that pass.
That wide receiver on the outside is dangerous. When you're playing zone coverage, it's really hard because you're not chasing him. You can't really get hands on him. You got to make sure you send more guys his direction. Maybe slide those linebackers toward that wide receiver so you got a little more help on the outside.
And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact. The Nittany Lions are in the hurry-up. To the air on first down. Rushes on him. With the catch, it's Saunders. He gets it down to the 36 before being knocked out of bounds. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
And that can be frustrating to watch running backs not make plays like a receiver, but they're not a receiver. And a lot of times when they have the guys around them, the focus that receivers have it doesn't exist in them. And you could tell just dropped the football, lost a little bit of focus, but I think those footsteps were close enough where he hurt him.
On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. Don't even think about sending the special teams out on fourth down and 3. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch. Converts on fourth down. He's still on his feet. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. And in the final seconds of the first half, they'll send out their field goal unit. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Nittany Lions will kick it off to start the second half. Bringing it back. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Come to the line, and the Wildcat's going to give him a different look. On the direct snap, it's Moulton. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Takes the handoff. It's Frazier. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot. And this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up. But somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
To throw, it's Stockton. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. It's picked off, and that's number 10. Takes it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit. The defense able to come up with a big pick.
The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line. Being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying play action. Now the connection takes it to the 11. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They were all over him. Nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster.
And it's been a struggle for the run game for this offense. Man, this is something they hang their hat on. You saw last week, you saw the highlights, and just give it to the running back. Let him do his thing. Haven't been able to get him going. I don't know what's going on, but they got to find a way to get their talented back some space.
Converts on 4th down. Still going. Into the house. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll return it. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. To the air, it's Stockton. Fires to the wideout. Got him downfield. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down.
That is a really good-looking throw. And you think about the expectation level now for quarterbacks at Georgia. Matthew Stafford was the #1 pick overall. Stetson Bennett won 2 national championships. Imagine the pressure on this guy. But when you see throws like that, he makes you believe that he can step up and lead this team to yet another natty.
Wants to go up top. Caught in the backfield, it's Lee. And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a first down. And the Dogs in the hurry-up. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. And while the pass is incomplete, the flag is down. I think that was a free play for this offense. Defense was in the neutral zone. Maybe can be a little more aggressive here after the offsides penalty. It's 1st and 5. From the gun, looking for a man. Got it in the middle, it's Lee. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Georgia coming out with a fresh set of downs.
When offenses get first downs like this and they move the sticks and they get some momentum, look at what they do. They put their foot on the gas, run this no huddle, get to the line of scrimmage, and try to capitalize.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Finds his man. It's Humphries. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Quarterback adapting. On the run, deep down the right side. Go to the end zone, it's picked off. He's brought down, a short return, but the defense comes out on top of the pick.
Coming out of the tunnel in the 3rd quarter, this quarterback now is really struggling with his decision-making. 2 picks here in the 3rd quarter. This looks like Jekyll and Hyde from what we saw in the first half.
Well, and the bad thing is they're going to be in passing situations. They're coming from behind. They're going to need him to play better. Like, he's going to have to read the field better and make some plays if they want to get back in this football game.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him. They have been gang tackling him and getting a lot of penetration up front.
Under fire. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. It's no surprise at all to find a Georgia defensive lineman wreaking havoc in the backfield.
Nah, find those big, physical, aggressive dudes that can be physical enough to play the run in the SEC and then pin your ears back and go get quarterbacks. Georgia does that and finds those guys really, really often.
Misses receiver there. It's incomplete.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you know, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone, and he tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. They'll start this drive at their own 48. To the air, it's Stockton. Bringing the heat. And they won't make the connection going for the big play.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half. Man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the third quarter. They got to get it going now.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. They'll try to get the first through the air. That's reeled in. It's Lee. They make the tackle, but he's got enough to give Georgia a first down.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the fourth quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
The short hands, it's Lee. He gets it across the 40 and out of bounds at the 38.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up. And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Quickly out to the tight end. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. Georgia comes quickly to the line. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. Second down coming.
Oh, the offense just not able to come up with that. You knew that was going to be a bang-bang play, right? You're taking a shot into the end zone. That's going to have to be a contested catch on the back end, but he wasn't able to come up with it because of the hit.
Wants to throw it. Gets it out quickly. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs! These two guys, they just shared a glance, and they knew exactly what to do there.
And how many times do we hear that? The quarterback talk about it after the game and go, hey, I just looked at him. He knew what I saw. I knew what he saw. We're on the same page. We've done this before. That chemistry equals big plays.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They go to the ground. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There have been way too much penetration up front defensively. They have been able to stop him in his tracks.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. To the air. It's Fafita. Looking to the big tight end. He's got an open man. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense. Now, they got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and get this big stop.
The Nittany Lions can really attack on this 2nd and short. He'll run it again. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Nittany Lions are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll throw on 3rd and short. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. Now improvising. Throwing on the run. And it's swatted away. It's a turnover on downs. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. Out of the gun to give to the back. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Got to get everybody on the same page in a hurry. Looking for space. It's Moulton. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. He steps out of bounds, and that'll stop the clock. Great awareness there on that run.
And this offense doesn't have very many runs left in them. They try to sneak in the run. Nice job by the defense making the tackle. But they've got to try to maximize their time, maximize their plays to try to get some points on the board.
Dropping back, it's Stockton. With the catch, it's Lee. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? We got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. 4th quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the first down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
Looking to throw on 1st down. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss.
This is such an interesting moment for the offensive coordinator because you're already in field goal range with an opportunity to tie this game and send it to OT, but you want to be aggressive and you believe in your own playmakers to step up, and that's why they're still being aggressive in throwing the football. But there's a huge risk component with that. You can't take sacks and you can't turn it over. What do you do here if you're on offense?
And this is a tough spot now to be in for this offense because it's 3rd and long. The defense knows you have to pass the football, so they're going to be playing conservative. So what's your play you can dial up? Maybe get half of this back. Like, I know the clock is ticking, but I got to make sure that I maybe cut this down and make it a more manageable 4th down if I don't complete this 3rd and long.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. It's complete to the left. And he scoots out of bounds, picks up the 1st down, gets the clock stopped, and now they're in business in plus territory.
Where's the defense on that last play? It's a 2-minute situation. You've got the guy making the catch in the middle of the field. You've got to tackle him in bounds and keep this clock moving. Somehow they were able to let him get outside and stop the clock. That just can't happen.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Quick strike complete. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. They'll try to kick it into overdrive. Clock's running. 2nd down coming. Power football with the run. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Timeout is called and the clock is down to 8. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can't pick up a 1st down without scoring. 3rd down. Back to throw, it's Stockton. Makes the grab. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds.
Timeout, Georgia.
So now we'll line up for one of the biggest kicks of this game. They get the timeout, and the clock reads 3 seconds. This to tie things up in the final minute. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And with 3 seconds left, a last chance to extend the game into overtime. No good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal.
And that's a frustrating miss. The offense does their job, man. Gets them in position, tried to score a touchdown, tried to go get the win, but trying to tie it up in the last second, got him in range, and the kicker, he just missed it. He missed the opportunity, and this one's over.
Guys, if you want to go strictly by the rankings, I guess this was an upset. But to my eyes, we saw 2 really good teams slug it out, and one of them came out on top.
Yeah, 2 really good teams. That's a reason why they're both ranked. They're both really good, and I tell you what, getting this win proves something to everyone else now. Like, I was ranked below this squad. You beat a team that's ranked above you. Now you start to climb up the charts, build some momentum. This squad's about to get some more respect, Palmer.
I think good teams find ways to win games, especially in a game like this. 2 ranked opponents, evenly matched. Who's going to be able to make the plays when it matters the most? You got to give this team credit. This is a big win. It's impressive, and now they get to move up the rankings.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports.